Alright. Nope. And we're still dropping frames. Fucking hell. Alright, well... I'm just gonna stream anyway. Because... Like we, as I was told last night that, I guess a poor quality stream is better than no stream, and for a game like this, which is relatively slow-paced and there's not really any, like, major action scenes in it, hopefully dropped frames won't be too much of an issue. But I still really wish I could fucking fix this. I don't know what the hell's going on. Alright, well, let's give it a shot anyway, and hopefully it won't be too annoying. Because I was really looking forward to tonight's stream, because holy crap, there's gonna be some hotness tonight. Okay. Alright. Okay. So. Anyway. Well, I apologize for that, and I apologize for the poor quality of my stream, but, good evening anyway, and welcome to Backlog Day, where I'm playing Arcade Spirits! Which is a rad visual novel dating sim set in an arcade. And, when we left off last week, we were about to do the beach episode. As you can tell from this lovely thumbnail right here, there's gonna be some hot, sweaty bodies happening on tonight's stream. Let me just catch up with the history real quick. Right. Yes. Good, clean fun in the sun. Chaste fun in the sun. And then fucking Teo and Queen Bee show up in their skivvies. The two hottest characters in this fucking game. Hello, Flotsam, your queen has arrived. Morning, Papaya. Is this a private game of beach blanket bingo, or can we join? Innocent. Chaste. Fun. In the sun. Where can I set up my parasol? And how's the surf? Teo was thinking of doing some surfing. I rarely get a chance to surf these days. Looking forward to breaking out my old board and hitting the waves. I was gonna play the Beach Boys all the way down here from the city to help get in the mood, but Queen Bee vetoed it. Hey, if you want a free ride in my beloved Bee-mobile with your board strapped to my roof, you listen to my music, Mr. Dance Pants. Dance no pants, more like. Oh hey, there's the perfect spot. Let's set up there.
Catch you later.
I better go help her. See you there. Look at that banana hammock he's got on. I suddenly feel a bit inadequate in terms of proper beach bod and attire. Damn, Gavin! We're here!
Excellent.
Ah, good. Queen Bee brought an umbrella. He's got a little beard going on. Did he always have that, or did I just not notice? Yeah, I don't really tan so much as burn to a crisp. Same. Honestly, I'm mostly here for the shopping and the arcades. I'm curious to see how these arcades are run as well. Maybe I can talk to a manager, get some tips for how to handle a very transient audience.
Ugh.
I meant to play in them, not to study them. Sheesh, Gavin, we're not here to work. Can I do both? I'll go join the others for now, though. It's been a long drive. I'd love to stretch out a bit.
See ya.
Ooh, me too. I'm so cramped up from sitting in that van. Wait for me! Stretching. Yes. Stretching is good. Flex those muscles.
Ooh.
Alright, the beach! I haven't been to a beach in ages! Not since my sign spinning days from promoting that funnel cake place. Look at how cute her outfit is. I love it. She's got freckles. Look at her freckles. Damn. Woo. And I guess there was that one time we did a beach shoot, but that was like last summer. So yes, ages ago. Feels good to be back in the sun. Last beach I went to was back in England. Considerably more cold and overcast than this, afraid. And before you ask, because Ashley already asked again and again on the drive down here, I'm not going to explode in direct sunlight. My condition is quite stable today. Sorry, Percy, but you are part of the crew. That means we care about you. I promise that we won't treat you like you're made of glass. You're still good old Percy to us.
Much obliged.
Thanks, love. All the same, think I'll grab a spot under that umbrella before all the good shade is taken. As for me, last one in the water's a landlubber. The water. Yes, getting wet and cooling down. Oh my god, look at Juniper, she's adorable. Party!
Hello, dearie.
Afraid my bikini days are behind me, but I'm happy to be here all the same. I do so love to be out in the sun. Lovely beaches, lovely weather, lovely people. Good to see all three present and accounted for.
Absolutely.
Yeah! I rented an extra parasol and some chairs for Miss Francine and I. For Miss Francine and me. And for you too, Papaya. Plenty of room if we squeeze in.
My, oh my.
My, how cozy. Well, okay then. This is a new context for me to be absorbing these people in. But fun in the sun, right? Above all else, this is to be a day of celebration and cheer over the success of the Funplex. With that firmly in mind, I join everyone and we get this beach party started. I realized, I think I said something near the end of last week's stream about, like, how there were, like, a lot more female characters than male characters, but, and then I realized that, no, that's wrong. Or other romanceable characters. It's actually pretty evenly spread, and I was like, I think I thought there were, like, more characters than there were. But there's only, like, 6, right? And it's pretty even. Three men, 3 women. Actually, wait. No, 4 women, 3 men, because Juniper counts. Even if her root is apparently hidden. I'm really curious as to how you romance Juniper. Probably just don't go after anyone else. Although it doesn't take long for the group to start splitting up. There's just too much to see, too much to do. I know from my vacations here as a kid that you can't really try everything in one day, but unlike me, they're noobs. And as an adult, I know how to budget my time to do the things I really want to do, and hang out with the people I really want to hang out with. Despite my attempts at good, clean fun, Iris's words are still running through my head. By evening, I need to make a decision. That means if I'm seriously going to make a move like she's suggesting I do, I should spend my time wisely leading up to that move. So, what next? Oh boy. Naomi and Ashley are making sandcastles, Gavin and Queen Bee just found a volleyball, Teo and Percy are playing carny games, Juniper's talking with her Iris, it seems. Well, we're going for Queen Bee, so Queen Bee it is. Queen Bee and Gavin have taken up a friendly little sports competition here in the sand. Beach volleyball has always been a favorite pastime of beachcombers. It's fun, competitive, and what's not to love about watching athletic people show off their, skills. Granted, when my family got together to play, we just ended up hitting the volleyball around and never really kept track of the points. But it was always something I enjoyed, even if I wasn't very good at it. Maybe Gavin and Queen Bee will let me join the fun. Okay, good. If I'm lucky, I'll even get to bump, set, and spike it. As I jog closer to them, Gavin is occupying the far half of the court. Closer to me is Queen Bee's side of the sand court. It's easy to see that both of them have expressions of sheer determination on their faces. Gavin is cool, calm, and collected, while Queen Bee is grinning ear to ear. Both are reveling in the contest, each is in it to win it. It'll take some sort of catastrophic event for one of them to back down, like a tsunami. And even then, I bet they'd be bopping the volleyball back and forth while fighting against the wave. But this is a momentous 1v1 between 2 of my most competitive friends. It's unnecessary to explain Queen Bee's cutthroat nature, but Gavin, his ambition is just as fierce, even if it's less vocal. He'd do everything for the Funplex to succeed, and he's taking that same attitude to beach sports. Are you sure you're ready for this next serve?
Yeah.
You better believe it, pretty boy. I'm ready to spike this ball so hard it'll cause a quake beneath your bleep feet.
Excellent.
Ha! If it's anything like your last attempt to score, I'll win this match in record time. That's enough talking. Bleeping shut it and serve it. Hi, Queen Bee. Eat this! Or I Guess not. Maybe I'll just try Gavin. Hi, Gavin. Not today, Queen Bee. I'm not sure I'm going to get a word in until this whole ordeal is over. Their concentration is intense. Game faces are on and they see nothing else but the competition before them. I might as well take this time to watch them play. Hopefully they'll notice me. Please notice me, senpai. Queen Bee senpai. Gavin gracefully executes an underhand serve with a volleyball and it glides over the net mere millimeters above it. In all fairness, it was a perfect serve, but Queen Bee returns with a dig up high. With enough time, she easily squares up her pose and spikes it down toward Gavin's side of the court. Gavin doesn't have enough time to respond and it falls hard into the sand. Queen Bee claps and stomps her foot into the ground in unison.
Victory!
Ace! Technically, that's not an ace. An ace would be a point scored off of a flawless serve. Queen Bee laughs and sticks out her tongue. Technically, it's putting me in the lead. It went on like this for quite some time, both of them volleying balls and serving quips. Meanwhile, I stood by and could do nothing but look on longingly. I just wanted to play. Not that I'm complaining much. Both Queen Bee and Gavin are the most athletic of the crew, save for Teo. And, well, let's just say the sand isn't the only hot stuff around here, to be honest. Grrr. So, watching them glisten as sweat drips down their bodies, yeah, that isn't really a problem for me. It's enticing, and the gameplay isn't that bad either. Even though I've been standing here for well over 10 minutes, neither one has I can't talk, acknowledged my presence. This is until Gavin hits the ball straight in my direction. It soars all the way to the back corner of the court and lands right at my feet. Queen Bee turns around to see where the ball fell. Hey, Papaya, that was out, right? Oh, now I get acknowledged.
I think not.
That was clearly on the line, Queen Bee. The point is mine. No, it wasn't. It was completely out of bounds. You might want to get that prescription on those glasses checked out if you can't even see that. It fell right next to Papaya, who will undoubtedly confirm this fact. You clearly had the best vantage on it. Tell us what you saw. Sure. I'm calling it now. This is for the win. If the ball is in, Gavin gets bleeping bragging rights for the rest of the day. But if it's out, then I win. So, all I have to do is make the call? Uh-huh. Yes. Well, clearly have to favor Queen Bee. It landed just outside the line. Queen Bee wins. The line itself is a thin rope cord held down by a simple tent peg, so I can see why it would be hard to tell if the ball fell around it. But I can say for sure I saw it fall outside the line. It was completely out of bounds. Sorry, Gavin. Point. Set. Match.
Oh, GG!
Queen Bee takes a very long moment to gloat. Granted, that's more of a tennis term, but I think Gavin gets the gist. I thought for sure I was going to beat you, Queen Bee, but I miscalculated. You bested me fair and square. Shall we take a quick break? We each nod our heads in agreement as I quickly grab a couple of water bottles lying on the sidelines, and toss them to them. They gladly chug down the waters and smile widely. Thank you for the water, Papaya. Yeah, I worked up quite a sweat playing. This hit the bleeping spot. Still, I really wanted to play some beach volleyball. Guess that's not going to happen now. Both of them look quite content to relax and chat in the sun for now. As if reading my mind, Queen Bee leans down and picks up the ball and throws it directly at me. Think fast, Papaya. Queen Bee threw it high enough that I can totally pull off a badass spike. I take a quick step forward before launching myself into the air. My palm connects with the ball and it darts back at Queen Bee. She simply bumps the ball over to Gavin and forming a triangle we continue hitting the ball back and forth. This is exactly how my family would play. We'd all stand around and hit the ball to each other, trying to keep it from touching the ground at all costs. Gavin, Queen Bee, and I get really into it too, and several times one of us ends up diving to get the ball and get a face full of sand. I like this sand-swept look you've got going on, pretty boy. I can see you on the summer cover of Monsieur. If you're not careful, I'll carry you to the ocean and throw you in. And you'll be sporting that drowned rat look. Hot. Laughing alongside Gavin and Queen Bee while playing beach volleyball, it makes me feel so grateful for these friends. It was worth having to stand around for a while. What a perfect morning on the beach. We play a few more rounds of The Sand is Lava before we let the ball crash into the beach one last time. Very nice return, Papaya. You should join us for the next match. I would if I didn't have other stuff I wanted to do. There's too much to do here, and I've got to plan accordingly. I hear that. Looking forward to a stroll along the boardwalk myself. It's a good idea to take in as much as you can. I think I'll call it quits, too. Slow your roll, pretty boy. You can't leave quite yet. Ah, right. We do have a score to settle. Let's finish this. I leave the gladiators to their final battle as I walk back along the beach, awaiting my next adventure. So, what next? Teo! A number of little carny-style games have been set up along the beach, independent of the boardwalk arcades. Ring tosses, squirt guns, things like that. Percy promised everyone he'd keep it low-key today as he recovers from his heart tremor. Tossing a few rings is definitely low-key. And it looks like even though he's keen to go surfing, Teo's keeping Percy company. But judging from the way those rings are just sort of bouncing off the bottles instead of landing on them, the games are not going well. I don't get it. I'm usually much more coordinated than this. Don't think it's a matter of coordination, Teo. More a question of, well, let's say optimization. But Percy's ring goes plink off a bottle as well. Ugh. Carney rando. What a shame, what a shame. You boys want to play again? Only another $5 for 3 tosses. It's a downright steal. Starting to wonder if this is a steal in more sense than one. Now, nobody likes a sore loser, boys. It's all totally fair, totally fair. I swear my mum's grave, I do. All this old-timey carny banter's got my dander up, it does. I must confront this charlatan. Let's see. Which one of these is more Teo? Yeah, let's go with the gutsy one again. Hey there, old sport. What kind of racket are you trying to pull? What? Cheating my friends? I say now, I say, what kind of hokum is this? Don't take any wooden nickels, boys. We think all these hotsy-totsy prizes are fool's gold.
Pardon me?
Pardon? I think it's probably a scam. I take offense to that, I do. Anyone can win. Step right up and be a winner. Or are you yellow? I do believe I have a proposal. Teo, a word? Sure. What do you have in mind? Weirdly, the two huddle up without me and exchange a few whispers. I consider interjecting myself into the discussion, but it's over before I can try. Okay then, let's play. Teo passes over a few dollars and takes up the rings, while Percy examines the racks of bottles in detail. Teo holds back, waiting for him to finish. Eventually, Percy points. Right there, 3 rings rapid. That's the sweet spot. With a twist of his agile body, Teo flings his rings one at a time, and all 3 rattle their way around the neck of a bottle, bringing it perfectly. Simple enough. Based on Teo's throwing angles from before and the arrangement of the bottles, I determined the optimal striking zone for him to aim for. All games were a matter of optimization, even silly little carnival toys. Melons! You better be, old sport! Well, I know, and I'm well and truly rumbled. Go ahead and pick your prize. Well, Papaya, what'll it be? Yeah, we were trying to win you a prize after all. Ooh. Me? Really? This was all for me?
Absolutely.
You know it. I mean, you are the true prize here. Back me up on this, Percy. Quite so, quite so. But which one of these lesser winnings truly makes your heart dance? I'll take that one. I glance across rows of arcade-themed stuffed dolls with curiosity. I'll take this one right here. I'd say I'm a little old for dolls, but you're never too old for a huggable plush friend. Truth. And they both worked so hard for it. I'd like... Percy's very huggable. Can I have a plush Percy? Or just Percy? Well, we gotta go with the Teo option. That's swingin' dolly that plays music. I'll take the disco-tastic dancing reporter who wiggles around a Mexican flyer, please. The ghosts of music games past in plushie form. You've got style, Papaya, that's for sure. My sister had a doll that played music when you hugged it. Suppose I can't deny the appeal, even if it can get super old the 5,912th time in a row. Okay, now go away, boys, you bother me. The 3 of us return to the dunes, prize in tow. So, why were you two trying to win a prize for me? I mean, Percy, there was the Moopy doll back there. That's right in your wheelhouse, yeah? True. But, well... We discussed it and decided you deserved a treat for a job well done. Sure, this whole vacation is a treat for a job well done, but we wanted something for you specifically. Quite right. I must admit, Papaya, the Funplex is a brighter place with you around. Not to say it wasn't a bright place before your tenure, but, well, there's a true breath of life there beyond what I thought possible. And beyond just the hard work you do, the way you've brought us all together, well, a mere plush toy isn't really proper reward, but it'll have to suffice. What my comrade is trying to say in his usual poetic way is, you rock and you rule, so you get a prize. Thanks for playing. Yes, that. Okay, I'm gonna go hit the waves. I'd offer you a board, Percy, but I know, I promised to take it easy. Not that I'm very aquatic, to be honest. But it's good to spend time with you, considering usually we're on opposite ends of the arcade. You too! Aw, that's sweet. Well, wow. I didn't realize just how much I meant to them. I'm only a floor an event manager, right? But seeing everybody come together for this beach blanket bingo we've wrangled up, it's the bee's knees, it is. So, what next? Well, I think Ashley's my third choice at this point, so let's hang out with them. In the distance, I see what appears to be a myriad of sandcastles, which makes sense. I mean, I'd be worried if it was a whole bunch of not sandcastles on the beach. During my many beach outings as a kid, there were always multiple sandcastle competitions going on. And in front of me, our own Funplex fabricators have entered the fray. With Naomi being our arcade builder and Ashley with all of her cosplay craftiness, it's no wonder why these two are up for the sandcastle challenge. As I jog over to them, I see Ashley laughing over her castle and Naomi meticulously measuring something on her citadel. How goes the castling?
Amazing!
Great! Do you see all these amazing sandcastles? They're all so cute! Properly made sandcastles aren't cute, Ashley. Oh, then what are they, Naomi? Assuming they're not just made by kids for funsies, a proper sandcastle could be a structural masterpiece.
Wonderful.
Every grain of sand must be in its proper spot or the whole thing comes crashing down. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Naomi says this without lifting her eyes away from her castle. She's so completely focused that I don't think she's blinking even. And what exactly are you doing, Naomi?
Let me explain.
I'm making sure each embrasure is equidistant around the tower, otherwise it'll all be an asymmetrical mess. Makes sense. I take a moment to actually appreciate their castles. Naomi's is a structural masterpiece. Straight, perfect edges meet bold, flat walls, which produce an almost perfect medieval castle. She even added an ocean water moat complete with drawbridge. Ashley's is equally impressive too. It's a soft, fluffy fantasy castle. The foundation is made of sculpted sand clouds, like an elegant castle in the sky, complete with spiral staircases encircling slightly slanted towers. Rad. So I take it you both enter the competition? Of course! You know it, Papaya! You should make one too! It's not too late! Yeah, I think there's still like half an hour left of the competition, and since it's an amateur level, latecomers are allowed. But both of you have made some extraordinary castles. My architectural skills are somewhat lacking in the sandcastle area. Those sound like some sad excuses. They're perfectly good excuses, Ashley. It's not like we're professional sandcastlers either. Papaya, it's not about winning. Naomi looks over at Ashley, who's giving her a smile accompanied by a questioning look. Okay, it's a little bit about winning. I mean, I'm super try-harding this and trying to win with a perfectly constructed little castle. But for me, mostly it's about setting out a challenge for myself and completing it properly. There's nothing more satisfying than that. Plus, we'll be here helping you do it. How do you plan on helping me start a castle while you'll be completing your own? Sounds difficult. We're almost done with ours anyway. Yep. If we have 3 castles in the competition, then that's one more chance for us to bring home the gold.
Yeah!
It'll be fun! Come on and join us!
Yes!
Join us, Papaya! Join us! Yes, gimme! Hand over that tiny plastic shovel. When I was younger, I remember watching sand sculptors carefully craft their castles. I would watch for hours, just staring in awe. I made my fair share of them too, trying to imitate the professionals, but they were never more than lumps of sand that vaguely indicated shapes. I'm not that competitive, but like Naomi said, it's just for fun, so why not? I'm gonna need a bucket, a melon baller, and a funnel. Stat.
Yes!
That's the spirit, Papaya! I just put the finishing touches on mine. Let me help you get the base started. Naomi, Ashley, and I dug our hands deep into the sand and started shoveling, pouring, and constructing. So, what are you gonna name your castle? Huh? You can't just make a sandcastle and not give it an epic name. Ashley has a solid point. To give it a name is to give it life. I have names for all my important tools back in the shop too.
So beautiful.
My soldering iron is named Melty, my multimeter is named Zappy, my ROM burner is named Sir Romulus Romanoff III. Maybe not something quite that grand for mine. How about the Funplex? Both Ashley and Naomi bust up laughing. That's very appropriate. The Funplex is practically a castle, right? What if we make it look like the Funplex? It already looks like it, kind of. That's because the Funplex is just a box, and we've only made the foundation for our castle. But if we can carve in the sign, the double front doors... Naomi happily starts putting the details on the sand Funplex while Ashley and I cheer her on. That looks so good! Naomi, you are so good at having steady hands. You really should join me in making some cosplay. You'd be great! Making costumes does sound fun, but I'm not sure if I can handle all the pressure of people looking at me. I usually work alone, you know? We don't have to do it at a con or anything, we can just get dressed up and prance around the forest. That's a bit more my style. Well, except maybe for the bugs and poison ivy and stuff. We continue chatting as we construct the sand fun castle. Grain by grain, it takes semblance of the actual Funplex. We manage to finish it just in time before the judging commences. Here comes the judge! The officiant to the sandcastle challenge comes towards us and looks over the castles. With an arbiter's eye, they glance over ours and nod in respect of a job well done. I didn't even realize I was holding my breath in anticipation, and once the sandcastle judge leaves us, I let out a huge sigh. I think that's a good sign, right? The nod, that means we did it. We're gonna win? There's still many others out there to judge, but I'd say a nod counts nicely as a compliment. But which one? Whose sand skills will reign supreme? Papaya, what do you think? Who's got the winner chicken dinner? Who, me? I'm not a judge of fine sandcastles. Just do it for funsies. Let's hear what you think. Ashley! Most of the castles out there are rigid, lifelike replicas of historical castles, while Ashley's has a more airy feel to it. Ashley's is so different from the rest, I think it'll outshine the others and win over the judges.
Thankies.
You're too sweet, Papaya. I agree. Ashley's fantasy castle is sure to catch the eyes of the judges. You've done a wonderful job with it. I can't wait to see you win. Naomi, you're wonderful. God, I love them. They're so supportive of each other. So wholesome. Oh, I think they just finished tallying up the scores. We wait not so patiently as the judge makes their round across the beach. I see them stop next to a particularly dramatic-looking sandcastle. Pulling out a bright blue ribbon, they prop it up next to the castle. Which means...
Poops.
Well, poop. Double poop. Don't feel too down. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. How very pragmatic of you, Papaya. We did have a blast we did have a blast, though. But I hate losing. We just gotta win next year, Naomi. Maybe if all three of us join forces again, we can build the best sandcastle this beach has ever seen. We should spend some time practicing more, which means more beach trips. I like that. I'm in. Great. Next year, Team Ashley is going to eradicate the competition. I think you mean Team Naomi. You two could fight over that next year. I think I'm covered in enough sand for a while. I'm going to see about being slightly less sandy. I hear you, but Naomi and I aren't done here. We got one last thing we gotta do. Oh, what's that? Destroy our creations! I'll leave you to it then. I'm a mighty dragon. Fear me, tiny sand people. This is why I love Ashley. Both of them smile widely at each other and laugh. Walking away, I can hear the sounds of devastation behind me. I peek back one last time to see the castles come crashing down before I set my eyes forward. Well, what if one of them would have won the silver or something? Like, second place. The noon sun's high in the sky, and honestly, it's getting super hot out here. Like, heat exhaustion levels of hot. While this would be a good time to migrate towards the boardwalk, it seems there's one more thing in store for our little group. Alas, the queen of the beach is exhausted from being too awesome for words and is seriously considering hanging out this bikini for a bit. I don't think this is a nude beach. Oh, if only. But seriously, I'd love to go hit the boardwalk for a bit, but Naomi's got some kind of surprise lined up for us over yonder. Really? Okay, be there in a minute. I wonder what this is all about. Soon enough, the entire group has gathered. The number of shade-throwing parasols is multiplied to 4, too. Plenty of cool respite for everyone. Also new, a large cloth-wrapped bundle in the center of the group. Gather round, gather round. It's lunchtime! And judging from the rumbling in my stomach, it's right on time. The bundle is unwrapped, revealing a series of simple wooden lunchboxes in a traditional Japanese style. Each one's been painted a different color. As a way of saying thanks for all your hard work and your support, please enjoy these boxed lunches courtesy of the Funplex. And me. I made them. An authentic Naomi brand bento. Sign me up. I reach for a box and she smacks my hand away lightly.
No.
Not yet, Papaya. I made these special-like. Everybody has a personalized lunch filled with their favorite things. Gavin, if you'd be kind enough to distribute them, names are written on the lids. Sure enough, on second glance, I could see the names and even little cartoon doodles representing each person. Wow, does my face really look that apathetic? Okay, I'll start handing them out. Gavin, you first. Let's see.
Impressive.
Huh. Plain yogurt, celery sticks, and some rice. You know me quite well. Boring and nutritional. I colored a bit outside the lines on this one rather than sticking to traditional bento style. Enjoy!
Oh my gosh.
Sushi with some tempura veggies! Ooh, and a side of miso soup! I love nothing more than a traditional bento box lunch. And I love nothing more than making them. Huh. Fish and chips, of course, with a little Union Jack on toothpick. And you made a movie maze out of the chips, too. It's not too stereotypical, is it?
Quite good.
I haven't found a proper chip shop stateside, so I'll take it. A nice little taste of home.
Fantastic.
Oh, bleep yeah! Big juicy cheeseburger and french fries! My mouth is watering just looking at it. Yum! And it's got lots of pink in it, just how you like it. So pink I can hear it moo. God, Queen Bee is my kind of girl. This is perfect. Pita bread and hummus. Hell yeah, delicious. It's a great meal that fills the belly and gives you a ton of energy. And we have to keep your tank at full. A tired Teo is not a true Teo.
How marvelous.
Oh my, this is lovely. Little finger sandwiches, some tea, and even a cupcake. Thank you, Naomi dear. It's very thoughtful. Aw, thanks, Miss Francine. I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Nice.
Bet you consulted with papaya on this one. I love these. Always have, always will. Actually, I just checked your Instagram. I did an analysis of your most commonly blogged food and can't talk, busy eating. And that leaves the one who brought us all together, Papaya. For you, I made pizza bagels. God damn it. Grr. Kidding. It's actually similar to the bento I gave you the day we started at the Funplex. A little reminder of how this all started. Oh, well, thank you. It should have been tacos, because apparently tacos are my favorite food. I'm a little disappointed that the game didn't let me pick my favorite food. Speech! Speech! What?
Yeah.
You should make a speech before we all dig in. I mean, you're the reason we're here. I am? Yeah, you are. I mean, we were doing great before you showed up, don't get me wrong, but, you know. But you worked harder than any of us to make the Funplex the success it is today. I was content to keep it afloat. I didn't think we'd ever manage more than that. But you refused to be content. We wouldn't be here at the beach if not for the success you led us to, Papaya. So, yes, I think a speech would be appropriate. Bleep yeah! Funplex Stadia rocked. It really opened some doors for me. I'd still be wearing that damn black L7 jacket if not for you. The atmosphere is so much livelier thanks to your efforts. Win or lose, I'm enjoying my time with Loopy thanks to having so many great people around me. By this point, I can't even imagine the Funplex without you, Papaya. So don't even think of leaving. If you do, we'll probably gather up a hunting party and drag you back. No hard feelings. And speaking as the one Papaya comes home to every night, I gotta say, she's doing dandy compared to before. So 3 cheers for the Funplex. 3 cheers indeed. Go ahead, Papaya. You've earned the right for a speech. I'm just the silly old lady who started it. You made this happen. Wow. Seriously. Wow. Well, I've made big speeches before, like the one in Funplex Stadia, even if this feels bigger, way bigger. Okay, here goes. I can't be a milquetoast for this toast. It's big feelings or nothing. Let's go with that one. Thank you all. Being here with you has helped me through hard times in my life. Thank you. Above all else, thank you. Thank you all. You don't know how much this family means to me. It's no great secret I was living in a state of depression before the Funplex. I just assumed life would always deal me a losing hand. But now, well, now through my friendships with you all, I found something bright and warm I can rely on. Something I can be optimistic about instead of pessimistic. I'm not silly enough to believe the hard times are gone for good, but I know I'm surrounded by good people who can help me see them through. So, thank you. You're welcome, Papaya. I think I speak for all of us when I say we feel the same way. Okay, good. On a roll. Let's see what to say next. Yeah, that one. I think one of these two, but I like this one. All the sunburn and greasy food are just desserts. Think not of the massive sunburn you're all getting and the itching to come. Think not of the funnel cakes turning in your stomach. Think not of the hangovers. Live in the now. This is our moment, our beach. Flotsam Beach means a lot to me. Take it from a veteran. Consequences are for wimps. We've more than earned the right to go a little nutty and have some inadvisable levels of fun here. Who wants to party? You know I'm always down to party. Hangovers be damned, I want to have a bleeping good time tonight. Now to bring it on home. Let the food thing commence. Yes, let's kick some ass. Okay, I've talked your ears off, we've got half a day left and a lot of ass to kick, so let's eat up and get back to the fun. Hecking yeah! This is so cool going to Flotsam with you, Papaya, and all your great friends and this great food, and it's all so great! Let's eat, everyone! Let's eat, everyone. Let's eat, comma, everyone. That comma is very important. This is the moment. One perfect moment with all of us together, laughing and talking and eating and having the best time in the world. Maybe things will change after tonight when Iris's plan to find me romance comes together. Maybe this is the high water mark. Maybe... But no matter what happens, I'll always have this one perfect moment. Afternoon slides in as the gang migrates from sandy shores to bustling boardwalk. Once you've had your fill of seaweed in your trousers, it's time to take a walk down the boardwalk and indulge in any number of side activities. No need to change out of your swim gear either. Unless you're going deeper into the beach town, you can just skip back and forth between the sands and the boardwalk. This is where the real action happens. Shops, restaurants, and of course, arcades. Soon enough, the group's splitting up to go try to do as much as possible. I've got time to tag along with some of them. Who to hang out with? Queen Bee! Queen Bee and Percy are chatting having funnel cake. Hell yes. Ooh, and Naomi and Tay are raiding a candy store. Hell yes! All three of those sound great, actually. And that, but mainly these three. But yes, Queen Bee first. Sitting on some benches just outside a fried dough stand, Percy and Queen Bee are sharing a funnel cake dusted with white sugar. Seriously? You've never had this stuff before? Not much conny chow in England, I'm afraid, and this is my first time visiting a beach in the colonies. The colonies. I actually had not had a funnel cake for quite some time. I've lived in California for something like almost 30 years. And I lived most of my time in California in Santa Cruz, which is a beach town, and there's a boardwalk, and there's it's a whole like, amusement park thing, and yeah, Santa Cruz boardwalk is fairly famous. But I'd never had a funnel cake until a friend of mine from out of town came for a visit. I believe he was from North Carolina or South Carolina, one of the two, one of the Carolinas. But yeah, we went to the boardwalk together, and that was actually where I had my first funnel cake. And that was like some years ago, like must have been like 10 or so years ago. But yeah, I've been living in California for a while before I had my first funnel cake. Anyway, I digress. Wait, you can eat this, right? I mean, it's basically fried grease and sugar. Your heart won't explode? It's not an issue of artery congestion, and Lord knows I eat plenty of instant ramen and fast food. One little sugary treat won't be the tipping point. Oh hey, Papaya! Join us! No way we can eat this huge thing by ourselves. Hell yeah, sign me up. I settle in to pick at the delicious fried dough, just like I used to have back when we came here regularly. So Percy and I were talking shop, and even if you aren't a pro gamer, maybe you got some valuable input, you know? See, our Moopyaholic buddy here doesn't believe in being a full-time professional gamer.
Don't think so.
It's not that I don't believe in it, I just don't see it as a stable occupation for a young person to undertake. If you're entirely reliant on the wavering loyalty of corporate sponsors and streaming subscribers, alongside any prize money you may or may not be winning, well, I suppose I'm just too risk-averse to walk that path. I prefer a sound investment. Hey, Gritstar, God, right? Yeah. It's just dough and grease and fried and sugar and delicious. Now I want one. Fortunately, I actually have a friend now who works at the boardwalk. He can get me a discount on funnel cake. Whereas I love risk. No risk, no reward. Yeah, at any moment it could all come crashing down and I end up living in my parents' basement again, but I love to fight for my future. Just like Papaya. He was an unemployed bum before finding the Funplex, so nowhere to go but up. Hey now. It's not like I was living under a bridge. I wasn't exactly calling a cardboard box home when selling matches to passing strangers to survive the cold, cold winter. I was between jobs, sure, but I could have taken other opportunities, including one in Juniper's office for that matter. And you didn't. You chose the Funplex. Or maybe the Funplex chose you, but look, that's not my point. I'm not saying my path's for everyone. Abandoning the safer road in favor of the wild ride, it takes a certain mindset to make that work. But I promise you that those of us willing to make that leap are having a more rewarding life as a result. That's relative. It depends on what you consider rewarding. Satisfying, not rewarding. Being a school teacher is satisfying, but sadly, society does not reward it its due. Many satisfying paths in life are also fraught with disaster due to this. It's survivorship bias. People see rock stars and football heroes and think they can make it big too. But those success stories are a percent of a percent of a percent. And what happens later in life to the sports hero who abandoned all other paths? What skills do you fall back on when your window closes? You've succeeded so far, Queen Bee, but remember not too long ago you were terrified of being drummed out of your team when tossed on the street. He's got a good point.
Wow.
I wouldn't say terrified. It was more like a mild reluctance at best. Couldn't you pursue dominance in your game of choice without making it your entire existence? I don't really play Moopy all day. I trade stock in my off hours. That would be where all his piles of cash come from. Why not consider a day job with your gameplay occupying the remaining hours?
Nope. No way.
No way, no how. Mr. Discomfort takes absolute dedication. I can't be at the top of my game, but at the top of the game if I'm also flipping burgers or filing paperwork. Percy, competitive level play requires intensive training. You can't get around the time investment, but you can make it pay double. That's where streaming comes in. Whenever I'm training, I'm streaming. Subs and donations make me money while my skills go up, up, up. It's win-win. I suppose I can see the need for time investment, yes. But it's not like streaming revenues is stable either. Perhaps Papaya can help settle this question. What do you think? Is it better to wholly devote your life to a risky proposition in search of happiness, or to hedge your bets and find balance? Seems like a good place to save. Well, so, me personally, I would side with Percy's here. I would side with Percy. But since I'm pursuing Queen Bee, I'm gonna side with her. Try to slurp my boba off my straw. I think Queen Bee's right. If you want to really devote your life to yourself to something, no matter the risk, you have to go all in. Right. Percy, you're still young, you know? You've got time to do something risky and wild. Make it happen. If I had time, I suppose. Oh, man. Sorry, Purr. I didn't mean to imply... No, it's quite alright, both of you. I see where you're coming from. In your situation, taking chances for a brighter future? I suppose you're braver than I, and that's admirable. Exactly. Go for the gold. With the 4 heavenly kings behind me and the funplex keeping me going, I'm headed for the top. Risky? Yeah, but this is what I want. I choose this. And we'll be right here every step of the way. With the neglected funnel cake cooling off, the 3 of us focus on putting away our sugary rewards after that. We're each walking different paths, but I can't say any of us are willing to settle for anything less than our dreams in the long run. Who to hang out with? Teo! It seems like the frame dropping is a little bit less. It's still pretty bad, but I'm looking at the percentage and it's a little bit lower today than it was yesterday. So hopefully that's a good thing. I guess we'll see tomorrow. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Teo and Naomi sneak into one of the shops on the boardwalk called the Sandy Bar, with little iconic saltwater taffy icons on each side. That's totally Marini's. God, now I'm sad that I don't think Two Flower's here tonight, but I want to ask him if he actually like legit modeled this after the Santa Cruz boardwalk. Saltwater taffy, a staple of coastal life and commerce. On any given boardwalk, you're within spitting distance of at least 3 candy shops loaded with tasty treats. But more importantly, why are these two acting so childish about the whole thing, like 2 kids in a candy store? I need to find out exactly what's going on, and more importantly, I need to see if they have any of those gummy sharks in there too. No man, fudge. Go for the fudge. And the saltwater taffy. As I peer into the building, my senses are overwhelmed by sweet. My teeth practically hurt from all the surrounding sugar. Covering the walls are assorted containers holding various types of candies, a rainbow of colors and confectionaries, filled to the brim with saltwater taffy and covered in chocolates. Not only do I take note of the delectable candy, but I also notice all the kiddies running around. I can't help but be reminded of the Funplex. Same atmosphere, just fewer games. I look over to the person behind the counter and give them a nod of understanding. I feel you, noble cashier, in your quest to maintain peace and order. Naomi and Teo recognize me and wave me over. Over here, Papaya! Come help us decide on what to get. I comply and go over toward them. Naomi is huddled over a table and is filling her arms with various desserts. I want one of these, and 2 of these, and a handful of this one. Oh, what's that over there?
Wow!
Candied apples? I have to get one of those too. This is the best part about going to the beach. Just look at how many different candies there are. I could just devour them all. I could devour you all. Now, I pegged Naomi as having a sweet tooth, but Teo, with all his dancing, I would have guessed him to stick to a healthier diet. Hey, sometimes you gotta have a sugar rush. But this trip is a vacation for all of us, so maybe he's spoiling himself. So, what do you think of the place? Who, me? Oh, I've been here before. Quite a few times. It's the most popular candy store on the boardwalk. My family would always stop by right before our long drive home. After a long day of swimming, walking, and fun in the sun, a Maxim sugar overdrive was the perfect way to end the day. They give me a fistful of dollars and cut me loose in here.
Whoa!
They just let you get whatever you wanted? Dang, I wish I had your parents. Cute. I could just see a young Papaya here running around and stuffing candy into her face. Not gonna lie, I was a cute kid. Not so cute when overdosing on sweets, though. Both Naomi and Teo laugh heartily. I mean, they didn't exactly give me Fort Knox a blow on snacks, but it was still a nice little reward at the end of the day. As I am a creature of habit, I'd always get saltwater taffy, year after year. It's just the best feeling, munching on taffy while watching the waves crash into the sand. Naomi suddenly gasps, interrupting my recollection. What is it, Naomi? That's a misplaced comma. What is it, Naomi? They have Competo! I'm still confused. Is that a good thing? It's the best thing! These little traditional Japanese sugar candies that look like stars and are my absolute favorite. I've seen those, but I've never had them. They're adorable, I will say that much. Every time my mother would go to visit family in Japan, she'd bring me back some. But it's been years since I last had some. She squeals excitedly and runs over to a little stand that has a cute assortment of pastel sugar stars. We follow suit and make our way next to Naomi. Teo picks up a bag and brings it closer to his face, examining them. Okay, these are quite possibly the cutest candies I've ever seen.
Sweet.
And they're so sweet. Aw, Naomi, nothing is sweeter than you. What about me? And that's a fact. That's not entirely true. I have to agree with Teo. No one has brought me more impromptu lunches at work than you do. Thank you, but these candies are still the sweetest. You both should taste these, by the way. I just know you'll love them as much as I do. Teo and I agree with a nod of our heads, and Naomi turns around happily with an armful of candy and treats. Like a dragon with her hoard, she heads toward the register when a kid runs smack into her. In a colorful explosion, candy spills everywhere and Naomi falls over backward. No! I instinctively go in to help Naomi up, but out of the corner of my eye, I see the kid who bumped into her, swiping candies off the floor and pocketing them. What a little fucker. Hey! It's a classic move. We see it all the time with tickets and tokens at the Funplex, and like the arcade, this is no different. It's so overused, Teo even sees it. He elbows me and points it out to my attention. But this is not my store, not my job. Do I step in or let it slide? Fuck that kid. I know it's not my job, but if some brat did that in the Funplex and I didn't notice, I would want someone to do something about it. Plus, stealing candy is the worst possible crime one can commit. Save for, like, murder or Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so there are a lot more awful crimes, but this one takes the cake, so to speak. Hey kid, turn out your pockets. What do you want? I ain't doing nothing. I saw you stuff all those candies in your pockets. Look at them bulging out. You aren't tricking anyone. The kid looks like they want to say something, but by now the cashier is here too, and the kid turns out his pockets. There was a lot more in there than just what they got from the spill. Weird, inconsistent pronouns there, but okay. With more tact than I could probably muster, the cashier tells him to kindly exit the sandy bar, and the kid complies. The cashier and I exchange knowing glances. We are one and the same. Well, after that excitement, I'm ready to relax on the beach and eat some of this candy. Me too. Me 3. But I can't quite leave yet. There's still one more thing I must do. I need to get some saltwater taffy. It's a chemist family boardwalk tradition after all. Oh yeah, we can't break tradition. Although if we do, I wouldn't mind starting a new Funplex beach tradition with you. Teo, please. This is one important, delicious decision Papaya has to make. And the only correct answer would be for her to choose the cotton candy ones. Cotton candy flavored taffy? Really? I wouldn't joke about something as serious as this. But it's like, sickeningly sweet. Even I can't handle it. I can handle a truckload of sweet. Well, what would you choose then? Butter popcorn, obviously. I like a little salty with my sweet. But that's sacrilege! I'm much more of a purist. Getting in a fight over taffy flavors isn't necessary. Both taste great, but I already know what I'm going home with. What's that, Papaya? Butter popcorn. Both because, personally, I love that flavor, and also because Teo. To appease my palate, wrong spelling of palate, I prefer a more complex profile of flavors. I agree with Teo. Nothing beats butter popcorn. Excellent. I respectfully disagree with your opinions. But that just means more cotton candy taffy for me. I think that about covers it. Shall we blow this popsicle stand? Ooh, they have popsicles too? Once again, Naomi's got her arms filled to the brim with candy and she nods enthusiastically. Teo's picked out some of his favorites too. We each take our turns in line, and before we know it, we're happily carrying our stash with us onto the boardwalk. Oh, I almost forgot. She stops abruptly, digs through her bag for a moment, and pulls out the Completo. Yes, I've been wanting one since you pointed them out. Naomi opens the bag, and both Teo and I pick one out. Popping the sugar star in our mouths, both of us smile wide, enjoying its sugary goodness.
Love it.
Oh, that is so yummy! For real, Naomi, it's my new favorite candy. It's very good. Maybe next time I'm at the Sandy Bar, I'll get some of these instead of taffy. next time I'm here. Because with the Funplex riding high in the world, I bet we could afford I bet we could afford it next time. And another, and another. Thank you for introducing me to a whole new world of flavor, Naomi. Anytime, Teo. Maybe if I can change your mind on candy, I can convince you to dance a little lighter on Showtime's stage. It's a delicate cabinet. But then I wouldn't get to see you as much on the Funplex floor. Very true. Why? It shouldn't be a delicate cabinet. It's made for people to stomp on it. Come on. I've got my candy haul, so my work here is done. I got places to be. And I want to spend some time taking in the sea breeze.
Catch you later.
I need to clear my senses of sugar, too. We'll catch up with you later, Papaya. Once alone, I open my bag of saltwater taffy, pick one out, and eat it. I let the taste fully consume me. Now, this is a perfect vacation. Who to hang out with? Personally, my favorite, butter popcorn is great, but my favorite saltwater taffy flavors are watermelon and banana. That's usually what I would get at Marini's when I would get like I would like to go to Marini's and get like $5 worth of like whatever candy I wanted at the time. So I'd like do like a mix of watermelon and banana saltwater taffy, or we get some fudge, or they have those like fruit slices. Those are awesome. Watermelon again, best flavor. They also had raspberry ones. Watermelon and raspberry were the best flavors of those. They had chocolate orange sticks. They had these like really good like they were just like little like ribbons of white chocolate. Those are awesome. If you like white chocolate, which I do. Anyway, yeah, arcade. The primary appeal of this place for me was always the arcades. I rarely swam in the ocean. I preferred indoor swimming pools to unpredictable waves. That meant boardwalk crawls, arcade games, tokens, and joysticks. Although, as I approach one of these open-air arcades, well, I don't see a single joystick.
Impressive.
Interesting. I'd hazard these arcades are 100% redemption games. I suppose it's for the best. Naomi's distracted by looking for saltwater taffy. She'd hate this place. I've noticed this industry trend away from anything vaguely resembling a traditional arcade game and towards touchscreens and prize tickets. And I suppose it was inevitable. If not for a strong showing for joysticks through the 80s and 90s, it would have happened sooner. A game's a game, you know? I can enjoy just about anything. Oh, and hey, there's pinball! You like pinball, right, Gavin?
Ooh.
And skee-ball! I love alley rollers.
What?
Huh? Technically, skee-ball, depending on spelling or hyphenation, is a registered trademark. These are simply alley rollers manufactured by a different company. Huh! I didn't know that. Sheesh, way to suck the fun out of it. Apologies for my innate killjoy nature. Allow me to make it up to you by actually having some fun. Is that even possible? Will your ultra cool guy exterior allow your inner softie to be exposed? If you'll let me finish. How about a alley roller contest? Each of us gets 5 tokens to score the most points. Whoever loses buys the other ice cream. Now we're talking! Hey, Papaya, wanna join in? Make this a 3-way dance? Maybe all the joysticks are gone, but I'm certainly a long-time skee-ball fanatic. I'd like to clean the floor with these two. Still... ice cream. I'm in. Win or lose, ice cream. I'm always ready for ice cream. Hells yeah, let's do this. Token up and may the best player win. Our coins rattle into the slot, kinking along the metal chute. That was a good sound. 5 tokens, highest cumulative score wins. I suppose if it's 3 players, the 2 losers split the cost of the ice cream. I remember playing tons of alley rollers back when I was a kid, roaming up and down the boardwalks of Flotsam Beach. Like riding a bike, those are physical skills you never really forget. My grip on the gnarly old wooden ball feels completely natural, even now. I've never been good at skee ball. We drop in our tokens and line up for our first throws. It takes a few rolls for me to find my sweet spot. But eventually I'm right where I need to be in the scores. Which, unfortunately, can't be said of my coworkers. Oh, come on, I totally should have landed that one hundo.
Rather disappointing.
These machines are a bit beat up from exposure and play. I wouldn't be surprised if they're unbalanced. Or they're rigged like those Carney games Teo and Percy were playing earlier. But they aren't. I'm hitting my shots, no problem. I could whisper some advice to one of them, maybe give them an edge. It's cheating, sure, but we're all getting ice cream in the end, who cares? Psst, Ashley, here's the trick. I lean in next to Ashley and whisper her a hot tip. Aim for the 40-pointer with every throw. That way you'll always net a consistent amount of mid-tier points. Ooh. Instead of wildly aiming for the honeypot of 100 points, Ashley lines up for a shot right down the middle and scores a sweet throw. Soon enough, the game is over, with Ashley just barely pushing past my score and Gavin far behind. Oh well, I'll give it my best. If it makes you feel better, I couldn't have won without Papaya's solid advice. No, you still were the one making the throws. That's skill, even if she offered suggestions. Still, if you'd like to keep things fair, we'll split the ice cream cost 3 ways. Everyone's a winner.
Indeed.
Most importantly, we had fun. Arcades are meant to be places where friends can gather and have fun playing with each other. Beachside or in a shopping plaza, with or without joysticks. That's our goal. Let's take back a lesson today that we should always endeavor to provide fun, first and foremost. Whatever shape it takes, that is our mission. Still found a way to turn this into a working vacation, huh? But an enjoyable one. We grab ice cream cones from a vendor on the boardwalk, swapping work stories, laughing and having a blast. This is probably the happiest I've seen Gavin. At work he's all business, but here he can crack a smile even as he's analyzing arcades. And Ashley just exudes sunshine and cheer everywhere she goes. She's a good influence on him, clearly. But time's ticking and I've got other stops to make. It feels good being out and about with everyone, away from the funplex, away from work. Just friends having a great time at a place designed for great times. You gonna fly? With our newfound success, I hope we can do this more often. Sorry, I'm just gonna finish this off real quick. Just got a little bit left. Yeah. If I can get it up the straw. Come on, Boba. Come to me. Last little tiny pieces. There we go. Alright. Sorry about that. The rest of the afternoon passes in a blur. Soon the sun has gone down and Flotsam Beach is a calmer place, a more chill vibe as the day's manic energy is long since spent. It's also clear the group will be breaking up soon. They've already changed back to their regular clothes, done with the beach as a whole. No more banana hammock Teo. Or bikini queen bikini. Some are talking about checking out the nightlife scene around here. Some just want to relax in their hotel rooms. Some are simply heading back to the city. Leaving me alone for a moment with my thoughts. It's been a wonderful day, definitely. There's only one thing that could improve it. A risk. A daydream. But maybe one worth taking. I happen to know a few things about dreams lately. Beep beep, Papaya! Yeah, I know. You want me to ask someone on a date. Only if you want to. I know I was kind of pushy earlier. I'm sorry. But if you want this, now is the moment. Everything in my calculation says that it's the perfect time. I've got a lot going for me, but maybe something's still missing. Something more that I need from life than the warmth of friendship alone. More importantly, maybe one of them feels the same way. Maybe they feel the same yearning. Romance, love, I'm no stranger to these things, but those were fumbling first attempts in youth. I could fumble again. Am I ready for this? Well, I'm still considering. How about I run down the data while you're thinking? Let's see. Okay, after my analysis, here's where you stand with everybody and how your personality is shaping up. Ooh, Gutsy has pulled ahead slightly over Lovey or whichever. I don't remember what these are. But now that I've had weeks to understand you better, I think I can adjust these values based on what I know each of them likes in a partner. Naomi loves people who are kind-hearted but has a bit of fiery temper a bit of a fiery temper. You match both of these. Okay, good to know. This will be good for future playthroughs. Gavin may be blunt, but he aspires to be kind, and you're already kindly. Ashley goes with her gut, and so do you. Gutsy clicks for both of you. Queen Bee takes risks and relishes in the challenge. You're both very gutsy. Percy's heart is wide open to the world, as is your own. You're both very kindly. And that's everybody. What about Teo? In my final analysis, I think you are the best possible match for... Queen Bee, Teo, and Ashley. Good! My 3 favorites. All 3 would make a fine companion for you, Papaya. Queen Bee, Teo, and Ashley all get along well with you and match your personality. So, Queen Bee, Teo, and Ashley.
My sources say yes.
Yes, I calculate you'll have the best probability of success with them. Numbers. All based on numbers. High score. Yeah, okay, let's just run with this. I've come this far. It's weird, but you know what? My life is weird. It's surfing a deep wave of weird, all the way to the shores of weirdness. So, okay, hook me up with someone whose numbers match my numbers. I'm ready to go. Great, but I want to make sure you understand what's really going on here.
I'm software, right? I have to see the world through numbers. I see your relationships as numbers. I see your vocal tones as numbers. And I score it all. But the math is less important than the meaning. I see a number. But that number represents your free will and your heart. You chose to spend time with them. You shared good times with smiles and laughter, and sometimes even tears. This isn't like a dating website. You aren't asking a total stranger out just because the numbers match. You need to switch the causal relationship around.
I need to ask for a casual relationship?
Causal, as in the cause of. You aren't spending time with them because of the numbers. The numbers exist because you wanted to spend time with them. You've
like
been
that.
building these relationships for months. Now, you can take one to the next level. The numbers can be your guide if you let them. But follow your heart. Above all else, follow your heart. Okay?
Okay, got it.
Right. So let's not limit ourselves here. Of all those who are special to you, which one do you want to share your heart with?
It's a big decision, but she's right. She's been watching me, listening to me, understanding me, but in the end it's my choice and their choice to accept my love or not. But which one do I love? Which one should I approach? Queen Bee! My queen, your majesty, bestow your favor upon me. Queen Bee. Just saying her name fills me with excitement. A romance with Queen Bee will be a whirlwind of passion. Her assertive nature and her sassy flair really energize me. I want to be the person who Queen Bee looks to, by her side, cheering her into victory, comforting her when defeated. Yes! I'm ready to sign on the dotted line for Queen Bee's contract of love. I like your enthusiasm. I like your enthusiasm, Papaya. I know that if you're true to yourself, everything will work out for the best. At least that's what I've learned from all your human love stories. Note to self. See if anybody's written some good app finds app love stories. Yeah, Siri X Alexa, OTP. Thanks, Iris. I'm about to go, hopefully, succeed at my own human love story. Wish me luck. Iris waves bye to me as she shuts herself off, leaving me alone with my thoughts. The thrill of getting to ask Queen Bee on a date took over and I could feel myself start to get nervous. She's a local and internet celeb, way out of my league. What if I'm not cool enough? Last time I checked, I was lukewarm at best on the cool scale. There is no way I'm anywhere as popular, attractive, intelligent, magnificent, perfect. And as I struggle with the thought of how unsuitable I am, the gaming goddess herself approaches me out of nowhere. In her new jacket! That's cool! With a frown, she pockets her phone, then shakes her dour mood free as she turns to face me. Hey, kid. Oh, hey, Queen Bee. What a pleasant surprise to see you here, standing next to me on the boardwalk, being all normal-like. Yeah, that tends to happen when you and all your friends go on holiday together.
Anyway, I'm getting straight to the point because I don't like beating around the bush, and I'm not a fan of sappy, fluffy bull. Just blunt honesty. So, do you want to join me on a date tonight?
Yes. I instantly blush from head to toe. Here I thought I was going to have to muster up enough bravery to ask Queen Bee out, and bam! She intercepts and asks me herself.
Don't get too excited there, kid. I was gonna go out with some friends of mine who live nearby, do an evening meetup in Flotsam, but,
Queen Bee looks away, frowning at the ground.
well, they bailed on me. Hardcore lame-ass style. We'd arranged everything a few days in advance, and now they aren't even returning my texts.
Jerks.
I swear, if those ladies aren't literally on fire or saving orphans from a building that is literally on fire, I'm having some harsh words with them later. Long and short of it is, nobody wants to just go out and have some fun. And I need cheering up. Pronto. Cheer me up, okay?
I will do my damnedest. I'm sorry, Queen Bee. That really sucks, but you know what? What? Fuck 'em. No one should ever deny Queen Bee what she wants. Do they not understand how amazing she is? You don't deserve this. Bleep that. You know what? They don't deserve you. Wow. You're cute when you're petty and vindictive, kid.
Yeah.
But hey, you're right. Bleep them if they don't want to hit the town with me and have a good time. I'd rather do that with you anyway. I mean, do they not know who you are? You're the Queen Bee. They should be honored that you even choose to grace them with your presence. Ha! If only it's that easy. My non-gamer friends don't feel the same way as the rest of the FOD scene. Non-gamer friends? Does not compute. Bleeping right? It's so hard to find people these days that don't play games, but let me tell you, they do exist. Case in point, my two best lady friends. We've been friends since we were little tiny babies. Our mothers were all friends, so when we were born, we all became friends by proxy. I grew up with both of these ladies. We've shared so much together over the years. We still all go on mother-daughter outings occasionally.
It's complicated.
But compared to them, I've always been the weird one. The loser, if you will. Both of them have successful career paths. One's a teacher, the other a psychologist. Heck, they've had kids already.
Ugh.
What do I have to show? I play arcade games for a living. I bet they think I'm wasting my time and energy. That's probably why those friends ditched me tonight. I'm so bleeping unaccomplished. Hey, that's not being fair to yourself, Queen Bee. You're one of the 4 heavenly kings now, did you forget? That's like the most accomplished thing I can think of. Except if you made Fist of Discomfort itself, then just maybe you'd be more accomplished. I know, right? Who wants to hang out with non-gamer friends? Please. Also, hello, Max ZT. Yes, Max ZTT. I got confused over how many Z's and how many T's were in your name for a second. You know how to make a woman feel special.
Anyway, I'm done being sad about this. I refuse to let a little trifle like this get me down any further. So let's go out and have a great time.
Although I guess, I mean, to be fair, it is sometimes kind of nice to hang out with people who are not, like, who are part of, like, a different world than you, just to kind of, like, center yourself a little bit. But I wouldn't want to do that all the time. Agreed. Let's go. Wait, where exactly are we going? To somewhere fancy as bleep. I'm a classy-ass lady and I have classy-ass needs. First off, drinks and food. Second, dancing. Third, a romantic stroll on the beach. That all sounds perfect, actually. I just don't know of any classy-ass places here in Flotsam. Since we were more of a burgers family than a filet mignon family, whenever we came to the beach, we stayed mostly to the cheap eats. Well, Queen Bee is a burger girl herself. We saw that earlier. Lots of diners, drive-ins, and hot dog stands. I couldn't tell you what kind of fancy places exist here, if any. As I tried to pick my brain of somewhere befitting of Queen Bee's taste, she takes the initiative once again. She pulls out her phone and starts looking up the local eateries. Not a lot of good choices in this beach city. Yeah, Flotsam isn't exactly Monte Carlo. Okay, let's see what I can dig up. Ew. No. Nope. Totally yuck. Gross. Oh, here's one.
Not bad.
4 out of 5 stars. Cozy, trendy cocktail bar and diner with tea-inspired small bites. This place looks hella cute. We are so going to Lagoon. Ugh, she said hella. Instant thumbs down. Nope, we're breaking up right now. Next thing I know, we're there. I had no idea this place even existed, but apparently it's a hit with locals and tourists alike. And it's exactly how they describe themselves. The tables are illuminated by dimly lit candles, really making it intimate and adding to the cozy atmosphere. This is almost too trendy for my tastes. This place looks weirdly reminiscent of Cook Serve Delicious. my food prep fingers are itching. I really haven't been anywhere this hip. In fact, I'm pretty sure the swankiest place I've eaten at is the whole story. Even the way everyone is dressed in here, so fashion forward. Retro 50s style without being hipster. Queen Bee fits right in with this bunch, she's always styled to perfection. I, on the other hand, I looked down at my hoodie and let out an exasperated sigh. Don't worry about it, kid, you look fine. It's not exactly black tie. We'll be too busy paying attention to each other anyway for you to concern yourself over such trivial matters. Queen Bee locks arms with me and smiles. Look at us, a couple of hotties out for a night on the town. We should immortalize this with a selfie. Queen Bee pulls out her phone, holding it up high to get that perfect angle and snaps our picture. Oh, that's bleeping precious. Look. She passes her phone to me and surprisingly, it's a great photo. And I don't look half bad either. You cool if I post this on my social media feed? The Beehive loves to know what I'm up to. That's what I call my followers. Cute name, right? Only if you tag me in it. What's better than a cute picture of me and Queen Bee? A picture of me and Queen Bee getting posted to the world. It's almost like we're a real couple doing couple things. Go for it. Oh, and tag me so I can share it with my own hive too. Don't you only have like 10 followers? And 6 of them are all the regs from the Funplex. Yeah, but I really want to make sure Francine knows. She'll be happy to know you're in good hands. I want to be in your good hands. You do realize you're probably going to get several hundred followers from this, right? I did have some inclination that would happen, yes, but I'm not going to worry about my sudden jump in popularity. I won't be buying a solid gold mansion or anything. Going out and enjoying this moment with you is the only thing on my mind. You're making me blush, kid. And posted. Also, I bet I'm gonna get like a lot of hate messages from other people who wanted to date Queen Bee. I'd already silenced my phone, so if I suddenly go viral, it won't interrupt us. Although poor Iris may get slammed by notifications. After a short wait, we are brought to our table. We sit down and menus are handed to us. I'm impressed that even the menus are super hip, down to the sophisticated font choice. Note to self, tell Juniper about the Lagoon's menus. So, what cocktail are you going to order? All of them sound divine. I'm having a hard time choosing. My eyes skim the menu, looking at the alcoholic choices. Funnily enough, they're all named after boats. There's the Catamaran, a citrusy grapefruit tequila libation, the Banana Boat, a rum and banana syrup concoction, the Bow Rider, a rosemary-infused vermouth beverage, the Caravel, a floral bubbly gin drink, or the Lifeboat, a non-alcoholic coconut lavender lemonade. It's a tough choice indeed, but I think the one that will quench my thirst is... Dang, either the Banana Boat or the Lifeboat. Honestly, let's go Lifeboat. A non-alcoholic cocktail suits me just fine right now. I don't need to feel tipsy when I'm already tipsy on life. The Lifeboat. The Lifeboat. It's a perfect reflection of our evening. It sounds pretty bleeping delicious. Just then, one of the waitstaff passes by and Queen Bee gets their attention. May we have 2 lifeboats, please? As we wait for our drinks, I take notice of Queen Bee sitting across from me. The faint candlelight makes Queen Bee's skin glow and her eyes shine fiercely. I can't help but stare at her beauty. You are absolutely gorgeous. She is. The words fall uncontrollably from my mouth. Are you sure you didn't have a drink already without me? Oh, I'm sorry, I It's totally fine, Papaya. You are quite attractive yourself. Honestly, I'm quite smitten with you. I'm in complete shock. Words can't form in my mouth. I feel dizzy and my heart is pounding so hard I think it could just collapse at any second. This is what being in shock is like, right? Thankfully, our drinks are served to us, cutting a knife into my awkward silence. I quickly cup my hands around the glass and take a huge drink. Queen Bee laughs. Slow down there, Papaya. I'd like to still talk to you before you get a brain freeze so bad it puts you in a coma. It takes me a second to realize, but Queen Bee stopped calling me Kid. I've leveled up from Kid to my actual name, huh? What have I done to deserve this upgrade? I figured since we're on a date, and I really do respect you, I owe that to you. Kid might slip out every now and again due to habit, but it's Papaya from here on out. You've earned it. It's beautiful how Queen Bee speaks my name as if she's learning it for the first time. A fire sparks deep inside me, and I feel tingles across my skin. I feel important, proud, a cut above the rest of the fodder. However, there is still something I yearn to know about Queen Bee, and I've been curious since we first met. A name for a name. So, you've got my name now. Yeah, what about it? When do I get to find out yours?
Come again?
Queen Bee is my name. I am Queen Bee. You know what I mean. But I hate my name. Okay, I won't make you. I understand some secrets are meant to stay just that, secret. Ugh, bleep it, fine. When you give me the sad puppy dog eyes, you force my hand. But if you tell anyone, and I mean anyone, you will have a very angry bee buzzing around you. My lips are mum. Queen Bee lets out an exasperated sigh. It's Tanvi. Tanvi bleeping Khan. That's a rad name! But that's such a beautiful name. Why do you hate it? It's such an old-fashioned name. No one can ever pronounce it correctly. Well, they can pronounce my family name, but they invariably do it like William Shatner in some bleeping stupid attempt to charm me. Queen Bee is just easier. People can't bleep up Queen Bee. I can understand why you chose to go by Queen Bee. It's not fun having a name no one can relate to. Plenty can understand the reference of Queen Bee. It's not fun having a name no one can relate to. Papaya Chemist. Which nobody understands. I honestly also, yeah, I get that a lot with my real name. People always, like, make references to a certain book. And I'm sick of it. No. That's... Nah. Siri misheard me and thought I was talking to her. But I really do like your real name, too. If you'd like, I can refer to you by your real name instead of your gaming handle. Oh? That's very sweet of you, Papaya. Okay, you can call me Tanvi or Queen Bee. Either way works fine for me. I'll respond to both. Both names fit her so well. But for me, one name rings true. That's actually a really tough choice. I'm gonna call her Queen Bee, because that's what I know her as. Tanvi will only be for, like, intimate moments. Queen Bee is how I've always known her, and that's who I've fallen for. It seems weird to change it now. Queen Bee. I'm going to continue calling you Queen Bee. When you say it, I'm proud to be Queen Bee. I like it much better than when others call me by my handle. Thanks.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you for not making fun of my name. I would never. I really adore you, Queen Bee, and I wouldn't poke fun at something that you care a ton about. You are the bleeping best. But look at our drinks. We need a round two. Queen Bee is always quick to change the subject when things start to get too heavy. But still, I gaze down into my glass and it's in fact empty. A second round is indeed in order, and maybe some food to go with?
Yeah.
Blood bleep, yes! Let's take a look at the menu. She takes a second to scan it. We should start with a round of oysters. I love eating those gooey little mollusks. So freaking delicious. You do know they're an aphrodisiac, don't you? I respond with my face turning deeply red and hiding it deep in the folds of the menu. Queen Bee laughs wildly and continues reading the menu, ignoring my embarrassment. We ended up ordering several small plates of some of the fanciest dishes I could even imagine. buttered scallops on a bed of mashed parsnips, crab dumplings, roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon shavings, and lobster ravioli in creamy butter sauce. Damn. I don't like scallops when they're cooked, but raw scallops are amazing. Also, I hate Brussels sprouts. Other than that, give me all that. My mouth never tasted an explosion of such decadence, and my stomach was filled to the brim with savory and succulent food. The conversation stuck mostly to the beach adventures of present and past, and before long the check came and went. It's official, I'm stuffed. Round 1 complete. Next up, we got dance off all these calories. The dance club was right at the end of the boardwalk, a stone's throw away from the beach. How bleeping romantic. Right, I remember that being the main attraction for the night. Oh, I think you will hold that title by the end of the night, Papaya. Is it getting hot in here all of a sudden? I'm not sure how much more of this I can take. Queen Bee is making it very hard to concentrate on anything but my intense feelings for her right now. She just smiles wickedly at me, knowing exactly what she's doing. I'm gladly a pawn in Queen Bee's game. Okay, yeah, sure, you're right. Maybe we should go out dancing. Now, right now. Dance off this girl boner I have. We called a taxi to get back to the boardwalk, and upon arrival, the dance hall is already bumping. People are standing around outside, roped off in a queue. Everyone is wearing their best dancing attire, high heels, form-fitting dresses, button-up shirts, and fancy slacks. Before we go in, I can already hear the oonts, oonts, oonts of the music.
Not bad.
I'm actually impressed. The nightlife here in Flotsam isn't half bad. You choose a good little beach town, Papaya. One of my favorite local DJs is playing here tonight, DJ Jazzy J. She's got the hottest beats back in the city. How lucky is it that she's followed us down here? Extremely lucky? I honestly know nothing of the nightlife here, nor back at home. Clubs aren't really much my scene, but I'm willing to try anything to spend more time with Queen Bee. You're so cute when you're out of your element. Let's get to it. She locks her arm around mine, and I can feel my core temperature rise, it should be. I think I'm ready to face the dungeon of sweaty, beautiful people, but there is one slight problem. How long do you think this line will take? Oh, my sweet, innocent Papaya. I don't wait in lines. Rule number 1 of life, nothing is worth waiting for. Take the initiative. You just gotta go out there and do it. But we can't just cut the line, that's illegal. We're thrown in dance jail. Don't think of it as cutting so much as advancing our own position. One more thing. What is it? I need you to muster all the confidence you have and look determined as bleep. You belong here. You deserve this. Like this? I put on my best steadfast face and fill my mind with nothing but resolute thought. I belong here. I deserve this. Simple and utter perfection. Queen Bee leans in and kisses me on my cheek. Her lips are delicate yet compelling. Part of me wants to feel her kisses all over my body, right here and now. Yes! With a newly inspired confidence, Queen Bee leads me to the front of the queue. We approach the bouncer, the noble guardian of the club, with the fabled checker of IDs. He lifts a hand up to us and we stop. Queen Bee simply holds out her card, smiling fiercely. We're with Jazz. I can't help myself, and I'm holding my breath in anticipation. The bouncer checks the ID, looks Queen Bee once over, then back to the ID, scrutinizing it with a grimace. It feels like forever, and I'm sure we were just going to get got. We'll be the laughing stock of the club as everyone laughs at us when we trek away, tears in our eyes. Shockingly, he gives us a gruff humph and waves us in. I wait until we are both a good distance inside the building before I let myself show my true emotions. I can't believe... How did we... What just... I'm shouting over the booming oonts. It's pretty loud in here, but I think Queen Bee can hear me. She laughs accordingly. Relax, Papaya. Don't ask, just accept how bleeping awesome we are. I nod dumbfoundedly. Before we get to dancing, let's get another drink. I look over at the bar area and there's a big crowd. All those people vying for the attention of the barkeep, but most failing. Queen Bee pushes her way to the front of the mass of people, easily locks eyes with the bartender. With a few motions of her hand and words, she surprisingly is headed back to me with a couple of drinks. I just got us their house cocktail, it was the easiest thing. I take the drink from her and we find a place in the far corner of the club. It's out of the way of most of the people and significantly more quiet over here. I take a sip of the cocktail. It's tasty, not what I expected. Well, I don't actually know what I was expecting. But it's good. Queen Bee and I continue to take sips of our drinks in exchange for provocative glances. We are a mess of smiles, giggles, and looking away sheepishly. I imagine that's supposed to be me, looking away sheepishly. The music and the crowd are still too loud for us to properly have a conversation, so we don't need words to communicate. Queen Bee smirks at me. As she scoots in closer to me, she rubs her leg against my own. Delicately, she places a hand on my shoulder and leans over, talking into my ear. So, how are you holding up, Papaya? You don't look overtly traumatized. This is certainly one of the more exciting nights in recent history. Taking it all in, I'm feeling great. I'm ready to hit the dance floor. This is fantastic. I'm loving the party atmosphere and digging the tunes. The liquor is hitting me just right, and I'm ready to strut my stuff on the dance floor with Queen Bee. I'm so ready to get my dance on. Would you like to join me? You bleepin' know it. But I'm waiting for the right song with the right beat to really go all out on the dance floor. As if on cue, Queen Bee crooks her head, catching the beat she's been waiting for. She jumps out of her seat, grabs a hold of my wrist, and leads me deep into the dancing crowd. God, I'm really wondering what Teo's date is like. Dancing all night long. People are jumping up and down, gyrating their hips, shaking one's booty. Queen Bee forces her way through several people, not even taking the time to notice us squeeze through, too entranced by the music. But soon the crowd noise falls away. My focus is entirely on Queen Bee, the beat and the swaying of her hips. And damn those hips. Once we make it into the inner circle of the crowd, we find a place on the floor that's not shoulder to shoulder. Feeling the electrifying energy, we dance without hesitation. I may not know all the current club moves, but I don't let that stop me. Both Queen Bee and I are laughing and smiling and moving our bodies. As a particularly sick beat drops, Queen Bee and I lock eyes. She sways closer to me, swinging her hips alluringly. She closes in the distance between us, our bodies touching, rubbing up against each other. Outstretching her arms to the sky, she twirls her arms to the beat, and I respond with bobbing my shoulders. Our eye contact doesn't break, and it's powerfully intense. I'm drawn in, and it's hard to let go. Eventually, the music stops. It's time for DJ Jazzy J to take her break. I'm sweaty and sticky and smiling from all the fun we've had. Queen Bee winks at me. Would you like to go somewhere more secluded? Shall we take this outside? I'd like that very much. We wave goodbye and good riddance to the loud music and the party lifestyle. What greets us is the serene sounds of the ocean. The soft cry of the waves crashing atop the sand, the delicate song of the breeze as it gently nips at our skin, the silence of the stars. Queen Bee clings onto my arm and we walk along the shore. For several minutes we say nothing, step by step, just enjoying the quietness of each other. We walk off the tipsiness from the drinks, the bebop of the club, the ache in our muscles from the day. We disregard it all. In this moment, it's me and Queen Bee. I wouldn't have it any other way. Queen Bee leans gently into me and lays her head against my shoulder. Papaya, ever since I've known you, you've treated me with respect. Of course I respect you, Queen Bee. I mean, like, you treat me like an actual bleeping real person. So many people treat me as if I'm some celebrity and just try to woo me for their own pride. Others just blatantly troll me because I'm a woman. I just want to be treated, well, like most people want to be treated. And you do, Papaya. So thank you. Once again, I can feel my heart quicken and my cheeks flush. The mood is perfect, and I just want to be even closer to Queen Bee. I turn to face her, taking her hands in mine. Our fingers intertwine, and I look her in the eyes. You are the best, Queen Bee. Queen Bee blushes and looks away hesitantly. I mean it. You truly are a queen among the rest. She looks back at me with a wild look in her eyes and a smirk on her lips. I can read her body language, and it's contagious. No words are needed to convey our desire as we both dive in. Queen Bee grabs my clothes and pulls me in close. Finally, our lips meet, pent-up passion from months of wanting and waiting. My arms glide down her back as I embrace her, longing to feel her body up next to mine. Hot. Too hot for Twitch. Our kisses are a mix of delicate touches and forceful caresses, our lips only parting to make intense eye contact before delving right back in. Our carnality is fierce, nothing keeping us apart. I lit her kisses along her collarbone as I squeeze her hips. She nips on my neck, her hands grasping desperately on my back. Each of us take turns leading the other in thirsty display of affection. My mind is a blur, and all I can think of is the wonderful woman in front of me. It's heating up, but in a turn of events, Queen Bee slows down with a deliciously long kiss. Our lips linger until finally she parts from me, letting a heavy sigh fall from her mouth. Can I ask you something important? Of course. Can we just stay like this? What do you mean? Like, stuck in this position forever? I'm sure eventually I would need use of my arm again. It helps me do things like write, cook, gaming. Queen Bee laughs lightly. I mean metaphysically, here in our current situation. Like, we obviously are attracted to each other, but I'm not ready to jump into a typical relationship role of being partners. That's not exactly what I was expecting Queen Bee to ask me, and frankly, I'm not quite sure how to take it. I'm still not sure I understand. I always thought when two people love each other very, very, very much, they inevitably become partners, right? This is what society has taught me. I'm not saying no, I just think I need a little more clarification on it. What does it mean to be together yet not? Thank you for immediately not shutting me down, I appreciate that. Let me explain. It's not that I don't want to be together with you, I do. I cherish you and I love all the time we spend together. I'm just not ready for the label of being in a relationship or a partner. I'm more in the mindset, I'm going to take it one step at a time, enjoy our time together, and see how that blossoms. Ah, so is this more of a casual fling? No, not at all. I'm still dedicated to you, the only person I care for. I just want to take it slowly, have an open communication about what we were doing, and not put a label on it. We have a seat by the way, as I put my thoughts together. Aww! Oh my god, that's adorable. I think I get it. Everything is still going to be the same. We're going at a slower pace, not going around saying so-and-so is my partner. Exactly. I've been hurt by too many people in the past, and right now, I don't want to bleep anything up going into this new experience with you. Pardon my ambiguity in the matter, this is just what feels right in the moment. I understand about being hurt in the past, and if this is what you need, I want to be the one by your side during this time. One quick other question. Shoot. If I'm not calling you my partner, what should I call you?
You may call me my queen, of course.
Hell yeah. Queen Bee throws her head back and laughs, breaking up the seriousness of the conversation. Something tells me she's only half joking and half being serious, and I can't help but laugh along too.
But seriously, whatever feels comfortable. The person I spend my time with romantically, physically, and emotionally works.
That's a mouthful.
We can reevaluate things as they continue to grow, and as we continue to change.
Queen Bee smiles warmly at me, and I smile back. She's so brave to talk openly about her feelings, and it makes me appreciate this moment even more.
Now, where were we before I interrupted our carnal conversation with words?
I rest my hand on Queen Bee's cheek and kiss her gently. Right here. She leans into me, kissing me back, the tension beginning to mount again. And we spend the rest of the night entangled in each other's arms. Aw, yeah. And that's how Queen Bee and I found each other. I'd called our lunchtime party the high water mark, one perfect moment in time, but I was wrong. This was it. And in the difficult weeks ahead, I'd cling to that high water mark in hopes the wave would roll my way again. Level 05 of Arcade Spirits completed. So far, you've scored 19,100 points. You're winning friends and influencing people. Oh, and pizza fact time! 3 of the top 10 weeks of pizza consumption occur in January. More pizza is consumed during the big game week than any other week of the year. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 06? Of course. This would probably be a good time to stop, actually. Since it's about the end of my stream time anyway. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to stop there for the night. think, yeah, I'm a little bit under my stream time, I think, but like, I also had to spend some time troubleshooting, so that kind of took up some time as well. But hopefully the frame drops weren't too bad and distracting tonight. Again, I'm sorry that keeps happening. I don't know what to do about them. I guess, yeah, I'll hope it's better tomorrow. Because tomorrow, for Reciteer, I'm definitely going to want some actual proper frame rate. But, yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, so we'll stop there. And that was a very steamy and also very emotionally satisfying chunk of the game right there. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Reciteer. Next week will be more Kyrandia 2. I would estimate maybe 2 more streams of Kyrandia 2 before we're done with that game, and then we'll move on to Kyrandia 3. And then, yeah, Tuesday, more Arcade Spirits. I'm thinking I might do, like, a couple more playthroughs. I'm guessing I'm probably gonna finish the game next week, just based on, like, I don't know, story beats. I'm assuming we're close to the end, but I don't know, so I've never played this game before. But yeah, I wanna do, like, maybe 1 or 2 more playthroughs. Like, I wanna at least check out Teo's route. And, I don't know, maybe something else. We'll see how I feel. So yes, more of this next week, and I really hope my frame rate issues fix themselves, because I really don't know what to do about them. And yeah, let's find someone to raid. Let's see. God, I love the music of this game. Have I mentioned that? I've mentioned that before. It's still great. Let's see. Who's doing something good? I don't know. Let's see. You know what? Looks like Yogi the Monk is playing some La Mulana. Let's go raid him. He's always a good time. So yeah, again, sorry for the frame drops. I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope they're better tomorrow. And thank you for watching, everybody. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your evening. Good night. I don't know what else to do.
Check for drivers, maybe check for, because it's your direct internet speed that's seeing an issue.
Well, my internet speed is fine, it's just that streaming is...
Ooh, check which wireless network you're connected to. Sometimes these wonky stuff happen depending on which one you're connected to.
I'm on the 5
2.4.
Okay.
Another speed test.
Okay.
Because